lights up. Lights up. The robbery in Memphis. You understand, G? Back when we were young, and we ain't had no cheddar to make our pockets feel better. We had to do our thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Pick up choppers. You know what I'm talking about? Make little hair and no runs. Most of all, get up out of female. You understand, G? See, one thing about Stan G, I always been a mastermind. And one of my kind that a lot of folks didn't know about. So Stan G, I made moves. You understand, G? You understand? So bam, one night, me Trigger, R.I.P. the Trigger. You know what I'm talking about? A real nigga. You know what I'm talking about? A real gun habit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call him Trigger. You know what I'm talking about? Just cause you gotta shoot off on a nigga. Understand, G? You know, my guy Mac. You know what I'm saying? Mac was one of the people from Chicago. You know, all of us were Scorpios doing that thing. You know what I'm talking about? Then them things rang. One of them lights up get me hyped up. You understand, G? A peep gang. One day, me, Trigger, and a couple of niggas. I wouldn't even say their name no more. You understand? You know? So, hold on, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know what's going on. Yeah. But, y'all can hear it a little better. You know what I'm talking about? While we run across and talk about this cheddar. Y'all hear me? Oh, man. Y'all run them lights up, get me hyped up. Y'all know we gonna stay hyped up. Hear me. But the robbery in Memphis, man, it's just a couple of stories that, a nigga used to get down in the streets, allegedly, and everything for entertainment purpose. You understand, G? The thing about it, Memphis is one of those places that's real. Blood, sweat, and tears. For real, for real. You know? So, bam. Back in the days, in our young ways, man, we used to hit Mexicans. You know what I'm talking about? There was an easy lick on a Friday. You know, Friday, Mexicans, they don't have no bank account. Most of the time, they walking around with guala in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? With guala in their pockets. You know what I'm talking about? But you know how it go. You gotta keep everything lined up in a row. You understand? So, back when we were kids, it legit. You know what I'm talking about? We used to run up on them. But hold on. One night, we met this guala who got money in their pocket. You know what I'm talking about? Bam. And I don't disrespect no man. You know what I'm talking about? But at the same time, at that time and point in life I was in, it was about getting money that I could spend. You understand, G? So bam, you know what I'm talking about? Back in East Side, Eastview, back in those days, we were like, you know what I'm talking about? Some of us even had it. Some of us used to do for a sport. You know what I'm talking about? Just so we can get some extra money to come up. You understand, G? So bam, one day we run up on this guala, old man, who got money in his pockets. But the apartments will have cuts and corners. The Eastview. Yeah, the Eastview. If y'all know about the Eastview in Memphis, you know what I'm talking about, they named it something else right now. But I ain't gonna put that name out there. But the Eastview had a lot of gualas around there who had money in their pockets. So bam, me and Trigger, back in our days and our ways, we thought of a way to get paid, you know what I'm saying, right now. But you know one thing about it, it ain't no shortcuts in the game. Not at all, big or small. But at this point, I ain't know that. I'm trying to get some money. I'm trying to show off like I'm Kodak. You understand, G? So bam, we run up on this guala. You know, he act like he ain't had none. So bam, one time across the head. Bam, one time across the head. You know what I'm talking about? Give him a double shot. Cause they was out there drinking, not thinking. So at the same time, we know you lying, cause y'all got a little party going on, but we caught you out of bounds. You understand, G? Oh man, you know you get caught out of bounds. You know what that mean? That mean you got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? And there's a flag on that if you get caught out of bounds in any situation. So bam, we run up on them with a toolie. Y'all know what the toolie is. I ain't gotta give out too much education. So bam, we tell him to drop it out. After he got the double shots, he started thinking right. You know what I'm talking about? In a better way of thinking. Live or die. Or should I give these folks another try? With a third shot? No. Two shots all you needed. You understand, G? Cross the dome. But at the same time, you know, we young at the time, so, you know, we ain't thinking too much of it. We trying to make this money and go home and stunt. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to make this money, go home and start stunting. That's what I'ma say. You understand, G? So bam, we jump up in the, you know what I'm talking about? We the crazy thing about this story, the Wallace stayed in the same apartments that we was in. You know what I'm talking about? They just had more money to spend. And that's the crazy thing about it. I ain't staying in no apartments, but my people did. So they already knew everything about these kids and how these folks really ran around. You know, I say kids, but you know they grown. But at the same time, we gonna leave that part alone. Let's think about it. So you broke and you ain't really got it at the time, and you hear about, okay, Fridays is going down, they partying, they having a feast. You know what I'm talking about? They doing their thing, but we over here with not nothing but pockets. And our pockets but lit. If we pull our pocket, that's the only thing gonna hang. But at the same time, let me tell you about game though. You know, you hit the guava, bam, bam, bam. That happened. You know, we made them drop it all off. You know what I'm talking about? Cause that's what goes down. If you don't drop it all off, then we gotta take it to that next level. Before the third hit, you ain't gonna forget. You know what I'm talking about? Like these folks kind of get what they kind of get. You know what I'm talking about? So we got a good 25. Okay, that was nice. That's nice. You know what I'm talking about? We hit the back cut. Go back to the spot. Where the spot is. You know the spot stay hot, but at the same time, you know, things start wandering around in the apartments. They didn't call them people. Call the people. So we ducked off in the apartments. Hit the back cut. Go somewhere else to chill out. You know, most time that's another female house. But we gonna keep that on the hush. You understand, G? So bam, we count the money up. You know what I'm saying? This situation ended up bad for the city. But I tell y'all that. Matter of fact, I'll get into it right now. This situation made it bad for the city later on after the Gualas started getting hit up a whole lot. It turned to a hate crime. So now, if you hit a Guala just trying to come up on some dollars, now you might end up gone for a long time. Understand, G? Oh man, what it do? But so, you know, we running our money up, we getting it in. You know what I'm talking about? Sooner or later, one of our guys get locked in, go to the pen. But at the same time, he doing the same thing he put us on. Because as young men, he was older. But the thing about it, Stan G always been smart and I've been colder. So bam, after he got locked up, and it turned to a hate crime and everything about the situation. But hold was spent on nothing. Fast money, go fast. Y'all already know. You might have a small blast, but sooner or later you gon' crash. You know what I'm talking about? But it end up turning to a hate crime. So at the same time though, we just thinking, you know, we doing something to get some money in our pocket big time. But at the same time though, things go along. Some things people don't never leave alone. And you know, you can end up gone. R.I.P. the trigger and my other best friend Mac from Chicago. You understand, G? But at the same time though, out of everything a nigga saying, I don't want y'all catching and thinking I'm playing because robbing is a serious crime. And the young people gotta understand this and put this in their mind. They ain't gonna play with you at all, big or small. You understand, G? Cause just cause I get caught with that situation, I end up getting caught on some smaller things at the same time, and I end up getting robbed too. So whatever you do, it's gonna come back on you 10 times, tenfold. You understand, G? Watch what you do. Watch how y'all make moves out there. Just cause you see a guala, you know what I'm talking about? It might be your last day. You don't see tomorrow. You gotta understand, G, when I say this, man. You understand? Y'all run them lights up, get me hyped up. I told you a little part of this story, and I'm gonna keep on bringing y'all these major stories that's going on. Understand, G? Demon dreams, everything allegedly for entertainment purpose, but most of all, use your mind. Comment, like, subscribe, and open up your eyes. Understand?